Hey, welcome to another episode of Electrical Theology, Esoteric Life Coaching. I am your host, Charles. This is a channel about establishing and connecting and communicating and interpreting information we get from the other side and from other people around us. Everything is energy, and that's why it's esoteric. Esoteric is that which lies within us, which is lying within the universe. Everything is within. There's nothing really out. We're all within the same circuitry, if you will. So cosmic information or esoteric information is what we're doing here. And so if you want my earlier classes, and I have classes as well, I'll put links below in the description. I'll put links in the description below so you can go look at some of those classes. As well, you can go back and look at some of the classes I still have up on YouTube, giving you basic information about esoteric, the secret grid, mediumship, remote viewing, core values, neurolinguistic programming, and really getting you to understand communication. And once you understand communication, we can then use certain tools given to us. Much like the tarot, much like any point of focus, be it a candle or anything to help us focus. And the tarot is basically just a point of focus. Now, I just made a video for beginners about understanding tarot. And it's a basic course from the unboxing. I got a new deck. It's a French deck. I can't speak French, or I don't speak French, I should say, but it's the same artist as the deck I use here and the other readings I do. And I like their artwork. And so I bought a new deck because in the intro video I opened up, unboxed, explained everything about the basic tarot for if you're a very beginner. And I'll have that as a free upload on my website for anyone who's interested in learning tarot from the very beginning and sort of a basic understanding of how I do it. Now today it is sort of understanding the realms of expanding consciousness. And again, if you're new to the channel, go back and watch a bunch of my videos to understand what the realms are. Look at the realms of expanding consciousness class, the grid classes, and so forth. Today we're just going to do a realm, so we're going to the higher realms, the middle realms, and the lower realms, or the small ships, medium ship, large ships. So as a medium, I can connect with my own unique frequency, my transporter, my transmitter, my receiver, and then be able to transmute that signal from a lower frequency, transform it to a higher frequency for the higher realms to get. Now, why do we need higher realms? Because people have distractions in their head, or their bodies are calcified up with mercury or calcium deposits from fluoride or whatever this may be, right? Their bodies aren't the best, so it's hard to get a signal out, right? It's like being in the mountains trying to use a cell phone. Sometimes it just won't go through. So we need to get to a place in our life where we have clarity. And if we don't, we can go to someone who has the ability to receive information clearly and being able to translate that and interpret it into a way that that person, that client understands. Right? So right now we're just going to do a basic reading, and we're going to get a basic message from the hierarchies, from the Shambhalas, the hierarchies, and the God realm. And again, God is not the man God, the made-up God, or the iconic God. It is an electrical frequency God. Right. So let's just go ahead and lay out the high, medium, and because these are all in French, and again, I don't really speak French, but I can get an idea. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Right? But the Wheel of Fortune is upside down, right? Which means that things are not and again, when I give these messages, the messages are coming in from the high divines, right? And then we sort of get the middle divines, and then we get the lower, maybe ancestor realm. So the ancestors, the divines, and then sort of the hierarchies. Again, I'm just giving these temporary names because these are just frequencies. This is 110 volt, 220, 440. Right? And information can be transmitted on each one of these frequencies, but if you don't have enough amplitude to tap in and resonate with the higher frequencies, then you're not going to hear that information. You're not going to be able to see things that are in plain sight in your everyday life. You're not going to have a clear mind to be able to make basic decisions because you'll be in fear and all. Well, here they're saying that there's a decision that needs to be made, but it's not being made because the mind, it's got the monkey mind going on. It's time to take a new turn in your life. Again, you got a bunch of rattling monkeys up there. And the monkey mind really comes because monkeys just swing from branch to branch to branch. So our mind jumps from one thing to another thing to another thing. Because not only does our society and the outside influences of media want you distracted, they want you in fear. They want you listening to them because once your mind's divided, it's easy to condition your mind, to brainwash it, however you want to say it. So right now, you're more like the lamb and not the lion, right? Your higher frequencies are shut off right now. And so from the mediumship, we have the King of Wands. Right? So the King of Wands, as a mediumship, the King of Wands is able then to communicate with the higher realms. And again, tomorrow we talk about manifestation. So in essence, what I'm doing is laying the foundation, and then I'm taking the high frequencies, transmuting it or transforming it into a lower frequency, and this can be pure electricity buzzing. The next layer can simply just be where I'm starting to put it into feelings, and then the third one is that I'm putting my feelings into words. Right, so that's manifesting. Right, the man, the fest, the ions. Right, we're bringing the pure electricity. It's like listening to Morse code. If you don't know Morse code, right, but someone can take that because it's ran through electricity, right, is then take that in dots and dashes, and then the person who can translate it, right, you have the person who speaks in tongues and the person that translates it. So the person who does Morse code, they can also translate, and then they can put that into words, and then someone can take those words and speak those words. Is that making sense? So all I'm doing is taking the high frequency dots and dashes, and as the medium, I'm able then to take that higher frequency and then bring it down and tell us what the message is for Earth. So in essence, these are the divines for today. I'm being the King of Wands, showing you how to be creative, right? And then the message is the Seven of Cups. All sevens in the deck are pretty nice, right? And this is, you see the bright light behind it. The cups are a celebration, much like a wedding. You put all the cups out, you fill it with champagne, whatever this may be. But it's a great card, right? It means that your heart's open and it's starting to fill up, right? But unfortunately, this card's upside down, right? So if you turn all the cups upside down, what happens to what's inside of it? It empties out. Now, this is not a negative or positive thing. It just means that there's something in your cup that you're wanting more of, but you can't get more because it's already filled up with something from the past. So we do have to dump that old stuff out and then be able to open up and receive the higher frequencies, right? And that is taking a new turn in life. Right? It's to take what you're hesitant on doing and go ahead and doing that. Right? It's taking that new. Let's say you've been divorced. Let's say you've been hiding in your house for a couple of years, right? And you don't want to go out more than 5 miles out of your radius. And this is about having the courage to get out there and start expanding yourself again, or be a recluse, right? That's up to you. But let's get a little more information. So if we look at the king not anymore as me, but let's look at the king of batons, is that they are mature at their craft. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're prepared. Right? You're never going to be 100%, but you're ready to do what it is you want to do creatively. But now you just have to take the turn and do it. Right? Whatever that turn is, right? It's turning your life around. You're going in one path and it's just not working around. Well, turn around, come back. Right? So let's get a little more information about the king And again, this is your medium. So this is your spirit, your mind, your body. We'll put it that way. Right? It's also the hierarchies, the divine, and the ancestors. We can do it as the or we can do it as the divines, the ancestors, and earth. Right? You got to lay that intention before you even do it. But let's look at these other cards that we have beside us to give us more information. And both of these are coming in upside down. So the Four of Cups is upside down. Now the Four of Cups is that the person's sort of bored right now. Right? The information that you're seeking comes from the higher realms. The information you're seeking to make a decision, you're looking at from the earth realm. Right? And even tapping into the ancestor realm, which is okay. But you're ignoring the divine messages that are coming through. Why? Because you're distracted. Right? Why are you distracted? And that's with this card. Right? The Queen of Swords. Right? So I'm talking probably to the female group in my audience, is that you're mentally thinking of a decision that has to be made. Right? The decision has to come from the higher realms. Right? Your problem that you create is not going to be solved with the same mindset that created the problem. You have to go broader or more specific depending on your question. So this is as well as in the reverse. So what's the decision? We know that we got to tap into the higher things, but what is it that we're really wanting to know, right? It's about taking a new turn in your life. But what are some of the hesitations about taking a new turn in your life? Right? So let's sort of get more information about what is it we need to turn around. Whoa, they're all flying now. Let's see if these will be relevant for now. Temperance. Right? If you notice in the last one, she has wings. This one has wings. So we're dealing with the major arcana here. It's a major card, Temperance. Right? It comes after death. Right, so we talked about putting it into things and turning your life around. Well, this comes in from what you want to tap into is not the earth-based knowledge, but tap into the higher arcing or the higher archangels. If you're into angels, then go into angels. If you want a higher frequency of arcing the ions, same thing to me. And again, this is a higher realm. This is a small version of the wings. Look at the size of the wings on each, right? Which one looks very dominant and very powerful? Temperance is all about balance, right? So we need to be balanced in our life when making this decision. And what is balance, right? Is having a logical and a rational mind, but also having a heart that feels. So a lot of this new turning that's coming out has to be done from a dominant standpoint, right? Make a decision to opening your heart again, right? Whatever reason you have for why your heart got shut down, that's going to be on you. But the divines are saying that it's time to take a new turn, right? So so you can ask them to start churning the energy and coming your way, because they won't give you energy if you're not asking for it, right? If you're not questing ions or questioning, they're not going to send it to you. So if you can say, hey, higher arcs, can you give me some more information about what it is I need to understand to make this new turn in my life? Okay? And you have an idea of what that may already be. It may be about your career, your health, your wealth, whatever this may be. Right? It could be a relationship. So whatever that may be is, then you can throw another card on top of that, and we can say Six of Pentacles or coins, whatever deck you have. So it's about maybe making a career, a life choice about something creative, getting out of the logical world and just sticking with the creative world. And you may have to reevaluate how you're looking at your life or your lifestyle. How much money do you need to live by your creative lifestyle? Let's say you've been a lawyer for a while, but you really love art, right? Can you have the same lifestyle and the paychecks and all that stuff as a lawyer? Do you need to reevaluate, right? The Wheel of Fortune, we need to reevaluate, revalue stuff. And can we get rid of a lot of stuff we don't really need in our life and do the creative life or career you want? Right? So you may have to change lifestyle here, right? specifically do we need? What do we need to change in the lifestyle? We need to make some more money, or we need to get our money in order. Now, there's a lot more information here. I like cards. Look at that. You see the cards moving on their own. But we're going to look at this because there's more information to be unveiled here. And we're going to continue on this. If you want to be part of the extended videos, just click on the link in the description below for today's date. I normally put the date in it. Click on that and you can get the extended version. But we're going to get into more of what it is, of specifics about what your career choice is and how to go about that. All right? Thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, share if this was important to you. If it gave you any knowledge that you didn't have before, definitely put a likes up there and a comment. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Thanks.